The morning sun spilled through the glass windows of Café Aurora, painting soft gold across the tables as the world outside stirred awake. But inside, something colder unfolded. The moment a sharply dressed man in a tailored navy suit stepped in, the air shifted. He carried the type of confidence money builds, the kind that rarely expects to be challenged. And when his eyes landed on the young waitress arranging fresh flowers at the counter, a faint smirk appeared, as if he had already decided she was beneath him. What he didn't know was that the quiet girl he was about to insult carried storms inside her, storms that had shaped her, scarred her, and made her stronger in ways he would soon learn to regret. If you believe kindness and second chances can change the world, then please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Good Soul. Her name was Marisol Vega, a 23-year-old who had moved from her grandmother's small town to this bustling city after a series of losses that would have broken many people. Her father's illness had drained their savings, and her grandmother's passing left her with little more than a suitcase of memories and a worn-down rosary she kept in her apron pocket. Yet every morning, she arrived at the cafe early, determined to build a life worthy of the sacrifices her family had made. She smiled at customers, offered warm greetings, and found small ways to brighten people's days, even if her own heart felt heavy. That morning, she focused on arranging daisies, her grandmother's favorite, when the bell chimed and the wealthy stranger approached the counter with a calculated impatience. His name was Esteban Rios, a billionaire investor known for buying struggling businesses and turning them into gold mines. He was powerful, untouchable, and accustomed to commanding respect everywhere he went. But today, he wasn't here for business. He had come because his morning meeting had gone wrong and he needed a place to sit and think, though he masked his frustration beneath arrogance. When Marisol cheerfully greeted him, offering a menu and a gentle smile, he glanced at her attire and muttered under his breath in Spanish, "Otra mesera tonta, nidb and tender lo que digo." His tone dripped with condescension. "Another dumb waitress, she probably doesn't even understand me." The words sliced through the air, sharp and humiliating, but Marisol didn't flinch. She had heard worse in her life, words laced with bitterness, frustration, and ignorance. Yet something in his arrogance stirred a quiet fire within her. For years she had been underestimated, dismissed because of her background, her job, her soft voice. But not today. Not again. With steady confidence, she straightened up and replied in fluent, beautifully crisp Spanish that echoed through the small café, "Lo que realmente es tonto es pensa que la dignidad se compra con dinero. Le gustaría ordenar algo, señor." What's truly foolish is believing dignity can be bought with money. "Would you like to order something, sir?" The cafe fell silent. A couple in the corner stopped eating. A barista froze mid-pour. And Esteban Rios, a man who had silenced boardrooms and negotiated billion-dollar deals, stood speechless, his arrogance cracking like glass. His face flushed a deep crimson, and for a moment, he struggled to find words. Her Spanish was flawless, elegant, and undeniable. He felt small, exposed, and, shockingly, ashamed. Something he had not felt in years. Marisol didn't linger. She turned gracefully and walked to another table, continuing her work as if the confrontation had never happened. But inside, her heartbeat thundered. Standing up for herself had never been easy. It reminded her of the times she stayed silent while life hurt her in ways she didn't deserve. Today felt like a reclaiming. Over the next hour, Esteban watched her from his table. He noticed the way she comforted a crying child, helped an elderly man carry his tray, and offered warm words to a woman who looked exhausted from a night shift. Her kindness wasn't forced, it was real, steady, and unwavering. She embodied something money could never purchase. Humanity. Grace. Resilience. Eventually, he approached her counter, not with arrogance this time, but hesitance. He apologized, stumbling through his words. He explained that his morning had been difficult, that he had spoken without thinking, that he was wrong. Truly wrong. Marisol listened quietly. She had no interest in revenge, only understanding. She accepted his apology with a gentle nod, reminding him that everyone has moments of weakness, but what matters most is what they choose afterward. Her words humbled him even more. What she didn't expect was what followed. Esteban became a regular, always choosing her section, always soft-spoken and respectful. Over weeks, he learned about her dreams, how she wanted to study hospitality management, how she hoped to one day open her own small cafe inspired by her grandmother's recipes. He listened with genuine interest, something people rarely offered her. And one afternoon, after months of kindness exchanged quietly across coffee cups and freshly baked pastries, he handed her a folder. Inside was a scholarship application he had completed on her behalf, and approved. He had also offered to sponsor her education fully, no strings attached. Marisol broke down crying, not from dependence, but from the overwhelming realization that sometimes life brings people who change your journey in ways you never imagined. Her courage had opened a door she didn't even know existed. If this moment touched your heart even a little, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to Good Soul so more people can experience stories like this. Your support truly makes a difference. And before this story ends, here's a special request: please comment, "Kindness wins," if you believe respect can transform lives.